I just remember the Rockwall game and coming out of the dressing room before the game, before kickoff, and being down there with the players by the tunnel, and those stands that were right there by that tunnel, and our stands were packed, and the Rockwall side was packed too. But the electricity that was in the air, just a big game like that with excitement, community, everyone in the community had to be there, as crowded as it was. And just the emotion that the players brought into that game. I think that pregame kind of stood out more for me. That's high school football. That's big time high school football.
Just the whole atmosphere of the game. It was a televised game. The whole community was there, it seemed like, with the field surrounded by stands, and then people that couldn't find a place to sit, they were standing watching the game. And I had two headsets, or a headset on both ears in the game, and I could still hear the atmosphere. And I noticed our kids just had a little spark that night, and fortunately we played well, especially offensively that night. I know we played well, and it was a lot of fun. Our kids really competed hard and played well, and it was just a great night, a lot of fun.
The Rockwall game was fantastic. Just incredible atmosphere, great crowd. Beating those guys for the second year in a row was great. I'm really good friends with the defensive coordinator over there. I actually coached Mike Alexander in college when I was a graduate assistant. I really enjoyed beating those guys again, and we just played outstanding. But also the Pierce game. I mean, that was a game that I don't think a lot of people at that point gave us a chance to win, and we played good, smart football for most of that ball game and gave ourselves a chance to win it in the end.
I think the Pierce game was probably the most memorable because of the way our kids came out and played so well, and really overachieved in that game and beat a team that was a pretty darn good football team that nobody really expected us to beat.
The Pierce game, coming in playing an offense of their caliber, and at the time I think our defense wasn't getting a whole lot of credit, wasn't making enough plays, and they step up and shut down a pretty potent offense.
Their job was to, come out and carry the torch, and, to come out and to build off what they accomplished as a team last year. And I thought they did that. They came back, they bounced back. Not many people in the district thought they'd have a chance to get to the playoffs, much less, compete against the big dogs in the conference. And they came out and they fought with everything they had, and they didn't let us down. They kept the standard that next year's class has got to meet now.
Effort, determination. It's a long year, and they battled week in and week out and got better as a season. And again, you never heard any complaints from any of them. We practiced. It's a long season. You practice as much as we do, and there was never any complaints. They just kept wanting to get better and better.
Well, for me personally, probably coaching Kevin. I think Kevin again had an outstanding year and did a great job, and I told him after the Liberty loss that I enjoyed coaching him as much as I've enjoyed coaching anybody.
Zach Salinas, the fun out at practice, just You know, we had some great weather out there on the turf practicing, and I think that's always the great memories. You know, the games are such a short time frame and so emotional up and down. The bus ride after the Richardson-Pierce game, it's either, you know, those moments are normally either something out of practice or a bus ride after Rockwall. Getting back on the bus and coming back home and getting to you know, just have that relaxed moment of enjoyment with the players and them celebrating and having a good time and feeling good about what they did. You know, those are the memories that stand out the most, and just the fun at practice. It was a great group of kids.